Okay, this is just a quick follow-up to my other video on dealing with imported meshes and cleanup, and just based on a comment someone's made in Blender Artists again about converting to triangles, or rather converting triangles to quads. In this mesh I've got seams laid out which I've done based on the UV map, just so I can select it in pieces, and as you can see here, if I select these and I do Alt J, then it does convert them from triangles to quads. This one it doesn't do a bad job of, and this initially looks okay, but the flow is wrong in terms of the form. So if you want to tidy that up, the way I would go about that is I'd just go into point mode, deselect everything, use K for the knife tool, and then where this comes along here but then goes up, I then just use the knife tool to go to each point like that, and then just return to accept it. Press K again for the knife tool, and again follow it round like that. K again, K again. Just as you can see, it's just a repetitive, again, like a lot of this cleanup stuff, it's just repetitive procedures, and you're just thinking about how you want the mesh to flow. So right, I've turned these all back into triangles. Now what I'll do is I'll actually go into edge mode. Let's just turn on the display of the screencast keys. I'll click on that edge to select it, and then I think about the edges I want to remove. I want to remove all of these, so I'll go over there and control click that, and then I can actually do a control X to delete those edges. Well, it dissolves the edges. So again, control X, then click, control click, shift click, control click, shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click, control click, and just make sure it follows where you expect it to. Shift click, control click, shift click, control click. That one is wrong, so control Z to undo that selection. Control click, then just control X, and then I'll just zoom in here and just hold shift and click on each of these to get rid of those particular ones. And again here, if I wanted to, I could just go in and return. So again, that one, and control X, and again do the same there. And so you can see now that that side has a better poly flow than that side. It flows more how you'd expect it to. Whereas if I can select that, do an Alt J, straight off that doesn't do a bad job at all, so I don't need to touch that. And likewise that. Alt J, there. That's the only bit I'd probably be inclined to pick up. Select those two, press J, and then select those two and press Control X, and that's not a bad version. I mean, you can, again, you could go in and tidy those up if you want. A lot of the time it's just based on how visible it is, whether you want to do it. So that's just a quick way of turning imported triangles into quads and cleaning up the edge flow.